You've got Bob.
It's the hardest one since Walter Matthau. The Newport Aquarium's giant Pacific octopus is deader than the Macarena. What can I say about Oprah the Octopus? Most didn't even know her name. They just called her the Newport Aquarium's giant Pacific octopus. She used to look up at me with those dark eyes as if to say, I am not an animal, I'm a mollusk. So what can I say about Oprah the Octopus? Cephalopod, mollusk, the love of my life. We met in school right after the big flash flood of '84. I was learning to dive. I remember when my fountain pen would run dry, I'd run over and threaten Oprah. And just like that, she'd release a cloud of black ink. It was my own little supply. She was something, a gifted athlete, best shortstop I've ever seen. When she was out there, nobody could hit it out of the infield. Basketball, the Big O, that's what I called her, could guard 8 players at once. And since she was a giant Pacific octopus, Oprah could block shots like a squad of Kenyon Martin clones. But her sport was swimming. She was a natural. I was a lifeguard at Sunlight Pool and couldn't take my eyes off her. She swam en natural. On our first date, she was all over me. It was all arms, or actually tentacles. Everybody knew when I was with her, because I'd show up for class the next day covered with sucker marks. But we had problems. I was Catholic, she was an octopus. I had a sharp tongue, she had a sharp beak. Her favorite movie was Octopussy. She loved James Bond, but she thought the title was demeaning. Not to mention being out of water for 2.5 hours. Every 10 minutes or so, I had to keep dipping her in a lobby water fountain. We missed most of the movie and pissed off all the people in line to get a drink. But I loved her. I needed to be with her. Her biggest fear was having to lay eggs, because, in a female octopus, it leads to death. Not to worry, I chuckled. Have you ever listened to the show? I've laid many an egg, and I've died hundreds of times. Not so bad once you get used to it. Well, it got nothing. She stared at me, not a titter, not a smile. She laid another egg and died in my arms. Oh. Paul Bears, or myself, Hanna-Barbera star, Squiddly Diddly of the Bubble Land Diddlies. Ed Wood's rubber octopus from, what was that, Planet 9?
Planet 9 from outer space.
Right. And Wilson Pickett. I'll miss you, Oprah. She was the best lay I've ever had. She was very hard to buy for, too. I feel a little better.